Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Curved Cabinets of Bembo.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Curved Cabinets of Bembo. I'm back after my little stint at the Six Rivers Brewery, sanding and stripping. What do you think about that?
Ooh la la.
Hope you all liked that last video. It was kind of fun to do. I just set up the GoPro and 5 days in a row just hit time lapse and just let it go. So anyway, on today's video, we're gonna go over how to make these little tiny curved face frame parts. So dealing with smaller little skinny pieces like this, you have to, there's a couple things you need to do, and I'm just gonna go over the steps I take to make sure that I get them all nice and flat and square. So when they come out, they look like this. Because this is the last of the face frame parts that we have to do. And thank God that's over with. Now we just gotta assemble stuff. And yeah, there we go. All right, hope you all are well, and I'll see you in a minute. I got some glue. I'm ready to glue things up. So we're on our last legs of curving up all the curved parts for the Curved Cabinets of Bembo. Here's some of the parts. These are the face frames for the master bathroom vanities. So for the last 3 weeks, I think it's been 3 weeks, all I've been doing is gluing up parts.
What?
Parts and parts and parts and parts. So these parts here for the master bathroom, that's the last part of the drawer fronts, the drawer front rails, and one little 1-inch face frame. And the only thing I have left to do now is glue up. Good golly. I have to glue these two up. And I thought I'd go over the procedure, and not so much the rolling out of the glue, but attaching them to the jig. So what I do is I actually take all this and I shrink wrap it down to the jig before I stick it in the box, because I want to line up everything. And I use a lot of shrink wrap. And I know shrink wraps, it's plastic. I know I don't like it either. If I could figure out a way to band clamp it on there, I would, but the band clamps get in the way, and I've tried all that, and tape. This stuff's way too strong for tape. So I do a few procedures, and maybe I'll go over them now. So when I make these pieces, I shrink wrap them together. You can see I shrink wrap them here too. I'm gonna take it apart here. And then each one of these, after I remove the shrink wrap, actually I'm gonna take the whole thing and I'm gonna band clamp it together just to hold it together. Because sometimes the glue's not 1000% dry and I don't want it to move, so I'm gonna hold it there as long as possible in the shape that it needs to be in, which is what it is right now. So every piece has shrink wrap in the middle on the ends, and I also put blue tape in between the layers, and this is why. What I do, and the reason we use shrink wrap and tape, I'll explain in a minute, but the shrink wrap on the ends is just so I can get my knife in here and loosen this up like this. Okay, and then here we go. Boink. All right, shrink wrap comes off. It actually holds all 6 pieces, because there's 6 little pieces in there. Holds them together nicely. Doesn't let them slide around and do weird things. That way when you, they still move a little bit. You can see there, it moves just a little bit, but not as much as if you didn't wrap it. I'm doing this from the back. I don't want to mar the face. All right, and the other thing we do is we put blue tape on there, blue tape, and that helps to keep from gluing to each other. This just helps it from not being too much of a pain in the butt to get apart. Like everything in woodworking, everybody has their favorite tools. These are kind of like, I use these all the time. You'll find out, you'll be like, oh yeah. You'll find something that you really like using a lot and you'll use it a bunch. And it doesn't have to be expensive, it just has to be something you like to use.
What?
This is the way it goes. All right, so we're down to this right here. Let's see how it's sprung. If it did spring, oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not too bad. Most of this is getting cut off. It's getting cut off about 3 inches on either side. The jig's got glue on it too. Holy cow. You want to remove all the glue from your jigs, especially if you got to glue up more parts, because you don't want a big lump in the middle of all your stuff. So the way I go about this is I just take this Johnson's, fairly sharp, and Yeah, it's fairly sharp. And I just scrape it flat like this. And the only reason I'm doing this right here is when I go to join this on the joiner, I don't want all this glue gumming up the works, you know what I'm saying? Because glue's pretty hard, and it will screw up your joiner, especially if you have a lot of glue like this on there. These are pretty sharp. It's good to keep them sharp. There's a whole video on how to sharpen your putty knife or whatever. It's over here somewhere. Might be on a 2-tip Tuesday, I don't know. So this is at a square, this edge, probably out of square, maybe a 1/16 or an 1/8 of an inch. This one was right in the middle, and it came out perfectly square. This one was on the outside edge. It's probably out a little bit. Not bad, that's why I wrap them. So now that we're done with these, I'm gonna put these in a band clamp. I'm going to get some glue, put it in a bucket, and I'm going to, we're gonna glue these up next. I got the band clamp out here. Like this, there it is. With this is a super long one. It's like 4,000 feet long. Sometimes I have to make really big panel wraps, and something that's 14 feet long is a good thing. Put my jig down. I'm gonna line this up here, and then there it is. And basically crank this end down till it matches this, and I'm gonna just leave it like that in clamps until I'm ready to build it. And the reason I do that is just to keep it from springing back the other way. Because when they're brand new glued, you know, they're brand new and they're not used to being like that. And the glue's not hard as a rock yet. They tend to want to spring back a little bit. So 24 hours in the clamp, unclamp them, put them all together like this, put tension under there. This is a B. B. If somebody check that out. Sounds like B. I have perfect pitch. Yeah, and there we go. So now I'm going to glue up these, and I'll be back in 2 shakes of lamb's tail. See you in a minute. I keep my glue in the bathroom. The reason I keep my glue in the bathroom is because my bathroom in there is about 65 degrees always. Out here, 45 this morning. Not good, not good for your glue. Keep your glue warm. Start spreading the glue. Start spreading the glue. I shouldn't sing.
Oh, man!
All right, we're not going to do that anymore, promise.
Okay.
Sorry. Put that in there. You see that? There it is. And this says, hold on, I gotta slide it all together. Vanity back. Cool. So what we're gonna do now is put it like this. Grab my shrink wrap. Yeah. We're gonna hang it over the edge, and then we're gonna wrap this up. When you're wrapping it, you want to keep it square, as square as you can. Okay, because now it's, you know, it'll stay like that, square, kind of square. All right, and I do this, which I realized after I did the first couple of them that I should have done. And that's just wrap the center, because wrapping the center helps keep the whole thing together too. Duh. I didn't think of that. The first one I did, I was just like, okay, and it went out about 1/8 of an inch. The center moved out. So I wrap them up like that, and El Perfecto. Clean the glue off a little bit, because whatever glue's there now, it's going to be really gluey later. Next thing I do is I put a piece of blue tape. So I got blue tape, which I can never find the end for either. All right. Take a piece off there. I put it on the edge.
Subscribe now.
Right on the edge there like that. And do the same over here. And what this does, what do you think it does?
Flies eat poop.
You would be correct if you said it keeps them from gluing themselves to each other. You must have watched the other video.
Okay, that's for you.
All right, so now I'm putting these right in the dead center. And the way I make sure I have them where I want them is I just do the rotation thing. Or you can measure and go right to the middle because this has a center line on it. Yeah. All right, now the fun part. I'm gonna take this and then we're gonna shrink wrap it again to here. First I'm gonna take these two and tape these together. Just a little bit, not too much. Just like 3 little wraps. I'm gonna do the same over here. And that's just to keep them together also. So they don't wander off. All right, I'm gonna take this and turn it down there, rotate it over, and that's pretty damn good. All right, so now that I've done that, take my new Jorgensen clamp here. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna squeeze her down. Take some more shrink wrap. I know, shrink wrap city. I hate plastic, believe me, I hate plastic. I recycle everything I possibly can. But when it comes to having your work come out better, you know, the other thing you can do, and hold on, let me just clamp this down. And I have piles of them, but they're not really reliable. All right, that's good. Is inner tubes. You can take a bicycle inner tube. This is left over from one of my kids' bike a million years ago. One of their bikes, and they're very stretchy. And you can take this and wrap it around there, but sometimes they come undone. Here, I'll do it on the other side. So we're gonna bend this down. When you bend it down, bend it right down the middle. Oh, poop. This thing's got that weird, I don't know what it is. This clamp has this weird thing. You just pull like this, and it goes like that. And it's hard to get used to because I'm used to the Irwins that aren't that way. Okay, there we go. They're together. See that? They're right down the center of the jig. That's a good thing. And let's try this, Johnson. See how this works, because sometimes this works and sometimes it don't. First you got to get on it really good. Pull. Well, yeah, pull really good. All right, and then you got to kind of sneak up on it. So pull the good one. Ah, you're pulling again. You're pulling down. You got to get it flat too. All right. Oh, good golly. Now it's going to go up the side. All right. Now the hard part, you got to find a little Slotosaurus for it to go in.
What?
You can get your finger in there if you can. There we go. And then we're going to go under. And it'll just wrap it around itself and pull. I'm going to do that twice. And hopefully this time it stays. The other problem with this, doing it down here, is it'll hold the jig up off my grid. All right, good golly. Okay, and there it is. So you can do it this way too, using a, tire, old bicycle tire. I make columns like this a lot. That way you save the planet by using less plastic, but the plastic works really good and you can't use the inner tube for stuff like this. It just is too bulky. So I'm gonna take you now and I'm gonna turn you down so you can actually see the bag.
Okay.
Because this is kind of different. And if you've never seen one used before, it's kind of cool. Okay, now I got to squat down here like I'm taking a poop. Squatty. So, all right, we got this gluing up. I better get to it. Open it up a little bit. I'm going to slide her in. Now I'm going to shove this down here a little bit. Now the hard part, which is you got the little piece of PVC and its cover. And this is how you keep the air from getting out. And you want them on the very end. Like, I don't know if you can see it way over here, but right there. And then you just squeeze. And you got to squeeze the hell out of it. It ain't the easiest thing in the world, let me tell you. All right. You want to make sure that's all the way on there. Mine's twisted around in circles, but it's on there. Okay, now that we have all that done, see, there it is. It's all locked in there. All right, now while we're doing this, we got to watch for a few things. Make sure your piece is lined up dead center where you have it and where you want it. I'm moving the jig around, or the grid around, so I can get it. Oh, here it goes. All right, I'm on just one of the lines. And you can see it shrinking up. That's it. Yep, still going. Yeah, so I'm just taking a dead blow and I was smashing the end down. Yeah, it's still a little high over here, but I think it's gonna be what it is. There it is. That's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I go by sound. The gauge is kind of broke. Some people leave their motor on the whole time and just let it suck up and get warm and all that. Yeah, it's a waste of power. Once I have it like this and it's sucking the glue out, and you can see the glue is coming out like crazy. You guys see that glue? It's coming out the sides. That's what it does. And basically that's when you know it's kind of done. So I'm gonna take this tape and I'm gonna stick it on the valve. So I'm gonna disconnect the bobulator, push this down right on top of it as fast as possible. There it is. You see that? Right there. Okay. But anyway, there you go. That's that's all vacuum pressed in there. This is actually a veneer press. This is made to press veneer onto curved pieces of wood or flat pieces of wood or whatever. You want to lay up your own veneers. I've done that a bunch. But I found that it works really good for doing stuff like this. Because I've used the other type where you make the positive and negative jig and you clamp them down and stuff like that. And they work good too. It's just that this I don't have to deal with. I only have to make one jig and I just plug it in. And the bag I think was like $300 and the motor was like $150. And a couple of $50 worth of hose parts and all that, and boom, voila. It works good. All right, people. Well, this is going to sit like this for 24 hours. And then I'm going to take it out and put a band clamp around it and put it in the other room till I get everything else built. The curved cabinets of Bembo. And this is how it all starts. After band sliding up like almost 500 pieces, little tiny 1/8" strips, and then sanding them all down, which is thoroughly boring. Oh, God. Yeah, 2-3 weeks of that I've been doing it, and on and off with building other stuff and installing stuff and meeting with clients and stuff. But yeah, there you go. Yeah. Thanks for watching Curved Cabinets of Bembo, and we'll see you soon. Share this with the world, share it with all your friends, share it with somebody, because that's how we get new subscribers, and it keeps me going.
Subscribe now.
I really appreciate everybody who's subscribed. It means a lot to me, more than you know. Keeps me going. All right. You have an awesome day. Go outside and play. Hug somebody you love. You be safe out there, and I'll see you next time right here on the Curved Cabinets of Bembo and Woodworking with Mr. Kevin, because that's me. All right. We'll see ya. Woo!
It's like magic.
Oh. I should stop chewing. Chewing is obnoxious. That's why I'm not allowed to chew gum on TV anymore. Good golly. Did you hear the tiger? 3,700 pounds per square inch or something like that. Yeah, it sucks pretty good. You wouldn't want to be in there. That would just suck. I said suck a lot, don't I? Good golly. Suck it up, buttercup. All right, that's enough of that. Hopefully this video won't be very long. Oh, there's a fly. We'll kill it. My new glasses, check it out. Yeah, dude. These are my cool glasses, bro. Cool. And cut.